Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel Best IT Solution. And today we will discuss another important topic of Java, that is response entity. So what is response entity and what are the advantages and disadvantages of response entity and how we will use response entity in our project, we will see one by one. So first we will see what is response entity. So when you use response entity, you have full control about the contents of your response. Okay. So when we use the response entity, we have the full control about the contents of your response. So when you create any method or anything that we get the response. So if we use the response entity instead of returning the string, so we have the full control over the response. We have the full control over the response by using the response entity. So you can change your header, status code, etc. So by using, if we will use the response entity, we can change the headers and the status code. So when you don't use response entity as the return type of a controller method, Spring will automatically create a default response entity. Okay, so when you don't use response entity as the return type, if you will don't use the response entity as the return type of a controller method, Spring will automatically create a default response entity. So Spring will automatically create a response entity. So how to write a simple response entity? So here are the code snippet to write a simple response entity. You can see here like @get mapping and the URL is /show and response entity returning type of string, method name is show, return new response entity, hello world, and HTTP status is okay. So if the method is successfully running, it will return the HTTP status dot okay. So this is the simple code snippet of response entity for a get method. And advantages, so what are the advantages of response entity? So you can use the HTTP status enum provided by Spring to choose from a wide range of standard HTTP status code or create a custom ones needed. Okay, so by using the response entity status enum provided by Spring to choose from a wide range of standard HTTP status codes to create a custom ones in needed. You can set custom headers for the responses. So you can also set the custom headers for the response. Like this is useful when you want to provide additional information to the client. So when you want to provide the additional information to the client with the response, this is very helpful, such as content type, caching directives, authentication related headers, or any other custom headers required for your application. So what are the custom headers? So if you want to pass any custom headers to your client with the response, so at that time this response entity return type is very helpful. So you can set custom headers for the response. This is useful when you want to provide additional information to the client, such as content type, caching directives, authentication related headers, or any other custom headers required for your applications. You can also return custom objects as the response body. Okay, so you can also return the custom object as the response body, which will be automatically serialized to the specified content type. Okay, so this response entity, if you use the response entity, you can pass the custom objects as the response body, which will be automatically serialized to the specified content type. So these are the uh, advantages of the response entity. So also some disadvantages also there for response entity. So it adds some complexity to your code. So if you use the response entity, so every time if you use, so it adds some complexity to your code. And another one is you need to explicitly create and configure a response entity object for each response. Okay, so first disadvantage is you add, it adds some complexity to your code, and another one is you need to explicitly create and configure a response entity object for each response. Okay, and another one is it is more verbose than letting Spring work is magic. So it is more verbose than letting Spring work is its magic. Okay, so we'll do one simple practical of this response entity. Okay, so just go to the browser and create a project from start.spring.io. So I am going to create a project here. So com.tarun and project name is response and response entity demo, and here the build tool is Maven, Java version is 2.7.4, language Java. Okay, demo project for Spring Boot, response entity Java 11, use Java 11. Okay, so we need to add the dependency of I am going to add only one dependency, that is Spring Web. First, it is only demonstrating purpose. So click on the generate. So it will downloading the zip file. So yes, we got the project in our download section. So just go to folder and just extract here. Now go to STS and open import that project here. So import existing Maven project, browse, in download section, download response entity demo. Yes. So in this folder our pom.xml file is present. So finish. Okay, so it is, you can see here it is importing our project from the that particular folder, and also it will build the project from the Maven website. Yes. So we got the project here, response entity demo. Yes, this one. So this one our project. Okay. So this is the main package. So I am going to, this is our main class. Okay, and just go to the pom.xml file, check everything is okay or not. Okay, Spring Boot version 2.7.4 and Java version is 11. Spring Boot starter web, only one dependency we have added here for now. Okay, so just create a simple controller here. I'm going to create a class directly. You can create a package, and inside that package you can create a controller. I am directly create a controller here, like a response controller. So since it is a REST controller, just annotate with at the rate REST controller. Just import this REST controller. Yes. Okay. Now I am going to create a method here for demo purpose. Testing. Pay for testing purpose. Okay. So public uh, string, method name is show, return welcome to response entity project. Okay, so just save it and run the project. Run as okay. Run as Spring Boot app. Okay, just wait for some time. It is launching our project. Okay, so I think it is successfully started on port 8080. Okay, so just go to the browser and localhost 8080. What level error? Okay, so we need to map that URL. Okay, so at the rate get mapping, and URL is default URL is slash. Just relaunch it. Yes, done. Go to browser and just refresh it. Yes, we got the response. Now instead of string, we'll use the response entity. Okay, so right here, response entity and type is string. Okay, so just import the response entity from the HTTP. Okay, now you need to modify your response also. Return new response entity return new response entity, then our code welcome to Spring Boot project, and also mention here the http status dot okay. Bad good http status dot okay. Close it. So here return type mentioned here the response entity of type string, since so we are passing the response entity object and also passing the string, and this http status we have passed. So just save it and relaunch the program. Okay, just go to browser and refresh it. Okay, so you can just make some changes in the code, otherwise you cannot identify it is running on a welcome to response entity. Okay, just save and relaunch the application. Yes, so now we got the output of response entity. So in this way you can use the response entity instead of so now we can customize the response. So instead of directly return the string, we have customize our response, and also we are passing the http status code also we can pass from the with the response. Okay, so this much in this video tutorial. This is all about the response entity. So thank you guys, and if you think that you have get some knowledge from this video, so please like and share the video with your friends, and please subscribe the channel, and by which I can motivate, I can and I can make more and more video on this topic.